All right, guys, welcome to the Sosana call. I will see you
Hello,
guys in the
everybody.
morning
Hello,
for
hello.
live trading, 10:30.
Question is, where is it? It's Thursday night, not Friday night. It feels like a Friday night. Hello from Southern Cal. There's Lori
Friday night
Faithful.
at the movie.
Should be your middle name, Lori Faithful. Great having you always. Oh, my alarm just went off. That means it's time for the Thursday night call. Welcome, everybody. We'll be getting started here real quick. Good morning, Dominic. 2 a.m. over there, I assume. Good to have you, brother. Hello, hello, everyone coming on. Thanks for coming in and just stating where you're from on the Telegram. I want you guys to notice, okay, right now, just real quick, I want you guys to notice on the Telegram, I've got the chat open on this one. We don't usually have the chat open. I want you guys to notice, but I do have it open right now. I'm not going to have it open for very long. But what I want to start with is just ask, is there anybody on this call right now that's brand new that just got here, just was introduced to Sosana? Do we have any brand new members right now tonight? Anybody? If so, say hello in the chat. Oh, we only have 36 people, 37, okay. 38, okay, people are starting to pop on a little bit. Last call of the week for Sosana. And I don't have a particular agenda tonight other than just be here for you guys as I promised. You know, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. We're the actual dev team that shows up, answers questions, puts ourselves out there for you guys. I see some more people popping in. If you're brand new, I want you to say something in the Zoom chat. Just say hello. Tell us who invited you if you happen to be brand new. This is going to determine the kind of call I'm going to do tonight, real quick. Just want to see anybody brand spanking new. We've had a lot of new members come in. I've seen it. A lot of new affiliates, a lot of new holders since we launched the affiliate plan. But just checking to see if they're all here, if any of them are here. I haven't seen anybody pop up yet. Yeah, we're going to be doing that every night, Ron. That's coming real soon. So you don't have to make that request, brother. We're going to be doing that every night. I think pretty soon we're going to be doing an opportunity call Monday through Thursday, just to start out at 9 p.m. Eastern. We might move back to 8 p.m. Eastern. Do you guys like the idea of moving back to 8 p.m. Eastern? Would you guys rather do 8 p.m. Eastern? Is there anybody that objects to that? You like it, T? Okay. Anybody else second T? T likes it. Israel likes it. I'm thinking about 8 p.m. Eastern. Sean doesn't like it. Why don't you like it, Sean? So far, most people do. I have other meetings, man. Sorry, brother. Hate to hear it. I like the idea of a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier, but I also want to make sure that you guys like it. 8 Eastern, I think, is a really common time for calls like this. 9 Eastern is kind of good too, though, because it allows the West Coast, where it's 6 p.m. over there, as kind of a nice time as well. So we might mix it up too. I don't know. Are you saying Professor has calls at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time? Okay, you're talking about the Professor, Sean. I assume that's your enroller. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to leave him out either. We'll see. It's a thought, just an idea. It looks like most of you want it, but we'll see. Curtis says he'd leave it at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Just checking the temperature. All right, you like 9 p.m. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and record this call now. Harold Bryant gave me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, yeah, you guys are actually chatting in the chat. I was only wanting people to chat in the chat because I know it's common if someone's brand new that they would come here and not necessarily be in the Telegram at this point. That's always possible. So I was just checking to see. Okay. Shelly can't access Telegram. Okay, sorry to hear that. All right, I'm going to turn off the chat. I'm going to set record.
Recording in progress.
Recording is in progress. We are now, welcome everybody, those of you that are live, and of course those of you listening to this recording, we welcome you too. Welcome to all the new members, either live or on the recording. We're so happy that you're here. And what I wanted to do tonight was a little bit different than what we've been doing. We've been talking about support issues a lot because we do want to be there for you guys every step of the way. But you guys all know at this point, you have access to my direct message. You guys can send me a direct message if you have a support issue. And as you can imagine, I've been getting a few messages. But the good thing is it feels like we're really starting to turn a corner. I will say there's a display issue that some of you are noticing. I just want to kind of tell you that the devs know everything. Everything that you guys have brought to me has been sent over to the development team. Everything is heard. If you guys send me a direct message, even if I don't get back to you, trust me, it's heard and it's forwarded to the team. So I will hear every single request. If you guys send me a direct message, I will not miss it. I can't pick up on every single Telegram chat message, right? So that's not the place to voice your concerns. The best place to voice a concern is to just send me a direct message. As it stands right now, and that's not always going to be that way, because eventually we're going to have tens of thousands of members, and that's going to be impossible. But it just so happens right now you guys are in a position where you can get access to me at this time to where it's realistic and I can actually help you, hands-on personally. So that's that. But what I wanted to kind of do is just kind of bring out the market a little bit. Right now, the market is that the fear and greed index says neutral. What does that mean to you when you see the fear and greed index and it says neutral? What does that tell you? Anybody know? I'm going to share my screen. See the fear and greed index, how it's neutral right there? It means it's at 50. I'd like to know what Curtis thinks that means. What do you think that means, Curtis? I'm not putting you on the spot. A lot of times you're either intuitive or you figure things out really quick. Someone go ask ChatGPT what it means. What does it mean? Oh, okay, Israel's saying people are greedy. No, it doesn't mean that. Buyers and sellers are about 50% each. Most crypto is consolidating. I'd say it's it leans more towards bullish from where we've been though, right? I think it more has to do with where we've been and where we are now, because it's like it's moving in an upward direction. I mean, I remember, gosh, I don't know when it was, maybe a month ago or something, when it was at 12. It was a month and a half ago. Do you guys remember that? And here it is at 50, which means things are going up, which means the market is getting more and more bullish. We're moving in a bullish direction. Would you guys agree with that? Can you guys kind of tell? You've seen Bitcoin. And why is that? Because Bitcoin's going up, right? And as Bitcoin goes, so goes the market. Would you guys agree? That's the way it always is, right? Just about now, if it's a brand new project, it may be not as subject to the Bitcoin trend because it's brand new. And I would say we're still a brand new project. I know we've launched about 4 months ago, but still very new. And especially because we haven't launched our utility fully. We've come out, as you guys know, with the affiliate plan. We needed to launch the affiliate plan first because of the onboarding process. It gives you guys a chance to get onboarded, get your KYC in, and then make yourself eligible to vote. So you gotta, as you guys know, you gotta hold $50 worth of Sosana to vote, and you gotta get through your KYC. And that's why we knew that we realized that there had to be some sort of an onboarding process to get people through that KYC. And it's also really good that we did it that way, because as you can see, we're working out the bugs. I told you guys, do you guys remember when I told you months ago that when we bring out the affiliate plan that we're going to have bugs? Who remembers that? You guys remember that, don't you? I told you we would. Of course we do. It's technology. It's crypto. It's smart contracts. It's meshing Web 2 with Web 3. You're going to have challenges. It's going to happen. You guys are here. And I told you guys to consider it joy when you have challenges like this. Why? Because it means you're early. And if you want to, though, if you want to get out of these challenges, and this is for the people who believe me, I know you're under, I understand the frustration. I'm not trying to belittle your frustration at all, because I feel it. But every time you're frustrated, I just want you to remember, would you rather be here 3 months from now? Or would you rather go through the frustration now? Why would you rather go through the frustration now than be here 3 months from now or 6 months from now when everything's perfect? And maybe, I hate to use the word perfect, but when everything's working the way it's supposed to, where do you think we're going to be? Think we're still going to be at like 27 cents? What do you guys think? When everything's running like a fine oiled machine and doing exactly what it's supposed to do, you know? Israel says $10, okay. And again, this is not, I got to reiterate this, as always, when we start talking about potential, that this is not financial advice. We're not guaranteeing any incomes. We're not saying exactly what we think. I mean, saying what we think is going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen, right? We can't make any predictions. And Vincent says, my vision of $100, not financial advice. Good. That is true. That's just my opinion. Again, all these things that I bring out to you guys is just my opinion on what I think is going to happen. And then you guys got to look at what we're doing and think if you agree with that. And if you do, that's probably why you're here. I'm sure most of you do agree. Some of you might not know for sure. Maybe some of you are just hanging out watching, and that's okay too. You guys got to do whatever you think is best. But I'm bringing up the market to let you know, yes, it's in a bullish direction, and that Bitcoin has been on the way up. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here really quick. And let's just look at like the last week. Pretty bullish, right? I mean, from left to right, that's a pretty bullish chart, right? The last 24 hours, not so bullish. But if you, I kind of like to look at markets from a tendency of the last week, because that's going to determine to me, I'll tell you for me, and this is just me, folks, I am not someone who holds Bitcoin. I do not hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not why I'm in crypto. I still love Bitcoin because of what it did. Bitcoin is like the pioneer, right, of cryptocurrency. But Bitcoin is not something I hold on to and hope goes up or down. But I do hope it goes up or down in terms of the market for other projects that I may be holding. And that's what most investors probably do when it comes to the crypto market, that are looking for the next Bitcoin, right? They're looking for the next thing. And so why do I bring this up? Why am I talking about Bitcoin? Can anybody guess where I'm going to go next? Why am I talking about Bitcoin? Anybody have a guess? Just take a guess right there in the Telegram. Just guess it. Why am I talking about Bitcoin? Because yes, Ellsworth, excellent. That means you've been listening. Gold star for you, brother. Because I believe we can, not that we will, because I can't make predictions. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I believe that we can transcend Bitcoin in that sense. Not meaning that we're going to be more, like we're going to have a higher market cap than Bitcoin. I'm not going to even go there. That's ridiculous. That's so far away. I can't even look that far ahead. But transcend it in what way? Anybody want to take it to the next level? What way could we potentially transcend Bitcoin? Exactly, Charlie, not follow the pattern. In other words, when Bitcoin drops 30%, I believe that we will not be the kind of project that because Bitcoin dropped 30%, that we also drop 60%. Like a lot of other projects out there that are lower market caps, or even when we're a multi-billion-dollar market cap. I just don't think that we're going to follow the pattern of Bitcoin, that we're going to be dependent on Bitcoin being bullish. Why is that? Who's been listening to those? I've said this a few times to you guys. Who can tell me why I think that? Again, this is not a prediction in the sense that I know. I'm just saying this is what I believe. Anybody? Our utility, yeah. And what about our utility, Danny? Utility that Sosana offers will make it big, yeah. Anybody? Our utility, yeah. Voting every 2 weeks. That's right. Because that doesn't, think about it, we are building a community that what? We are building a community that does what? Focuses on finding quality projects, right? That's what our community is focused on, is finding quality projects. What is the number one reason that people, besides big fat Bitcoin investors that are already rich and holding lots of Bitcoin, right, or holding lots of Ethereum or some of these big dogs, XRP and all that, those are like institutional type investors, people that just think that way, which is fine. Everybody has their way of doing it. But other than that, what is the reason why the other people got into crypto? What is it? To find quality projects, right? Can you think of a better way than to come into the Sosana community and find quality projects? At least on the Solana ecosystem, right? Let's just say all the people, because there's lots. I mean, there's like millions of people on the Solana ecosystem looking for quality projects, or they're looking for what they think is going to be the next big move, right? The moon or whatever. And why do they do that? Because their goal is to find a quality project at the lowest price possible, hope that it goes up, and then sell it for a profit. That's exactly why what they're doing, right? Now, the problem, though, what's the number one problem with that? That used to be, I mean, I can tell you back in 2017 when I personally got into crypto, it was the easiest money I ever made because there wasn't very many projects out there. I mean, there were just, and when new ones would come up, all they had to do was talk about what they were going to do, and people got excited about them and started investing and getting involved with those, right? And so it was a completely different ballgame. But what's the problem today? Ellsworth, thousands of projects are coming out every single day, which creates what? Shiny object syndrome. And what we say is our acronym is Sosana because it's shiny object syndrome. And because of shiny object syndrome, what? Nothing gets accomplished. As a matter of fact, most people are losing money trying to find quality projects. And so if people come into Sosana, the Sosana community, where everybody has the exact same goal, and that is to find quality projects, what are they going to do? The people holding $500 are going to try to nominate the most quality project they can possibly find. They're going to go onto the Solana network, and I've seen some really interesting ones, folks, come out just recently, which obviously I can't have anything to do with. I can't tell you guys what to nominate. That's not my position. But I'm just telling you, there's some really, really good, interesting, utility-based projects coming out onto the Solana network. But, you know, even though the Solana network is also packed full of garbage, thousands of meme coins and all this stuff comes out every day that is worthless, there's also some super quality projects that come out on the Solana network as well, right? And so it's really, really hard to find those projects. It's extremely difficult. And so if you come together in a community, we call it a safe haven, where everyone comes together with the same goal in mind, and that is to find quality projects. We have really quality people in our community already. Super, super quality people. People that have been in crypto for years, people that know a good project when they see it, people that have connections, they know other people. Exactly. Lori's put it right there. Crowdsourced intelligence. In other words, great minds coming together. And the bigger we get, the better this process is going to get refined. And it's going to get better and better at finding those quality projects. And the community is going to come together, right? KYC, so that you can't game the system, where we have crypto voter ID for the first time in history. And people are going to come in and they're going to vote for those nominated projects. So quality people in our community are going to be nominating projects. There's going to be 25 projects that come to the surface. And every Saturday, we're going to come together and we're going to vote for those projects as a community. Isn't that exciting? Think about it. That's like the most exciting principle in crypto I've ever seen. And I could stop right there, and I still believe this project, Sosana, would go to the moon. I think just having that utility alone, no transaction tax, no reward, nothing, we could just be a community that nominates projects and votes for projects, and we enable that. We bring those 25 projects in, and we forge those 25 projects through an election process in hopes that the cream rises to the top and the most quality project wins the vote. Because that's what our goal is to find quality projects. Okay, that's the goal of every investor, to find quality projects. Now, I could stop right there and just say that's our utility, and I still think a ton of people would come in and just be excited about it and want to get involved, and because they would be wanting to wait every 2 weeks just to see what quality project that we choose, so that they can find out about it. Because what's going to happen? Think about it. Even if we didn't have a reward pool, let's just stop right there for a second. If we didn't have a reward pool, do you still understand the benefit of finding quality projects? Do you guys understand? Does that make sense? You can still vote for and find quality projects from the community coming together, because that's what everybody wants to do, and everybody would still be motivated to do it because they want to see which project we're going to choose, right? But think about it. Think about this. Knowing that, and that it's never been done in history, what we're about to do, I could stop again right there. No reward pool at all. And that concept alone is something that's never been done in crypto history. It's never been done. And yet, we pour gas on the fire in ways that you can't imagine. And we created a 3% transaction tax, which does what? Feeds the community, rewards the community. Is this 3% transaction tax in every way, shape, and form is built specifically for the community's best interest. Every aspect of that 3%. First one is our stability wallet, which goes towards creating stability in long term. Now that's long term stability for the Sosana token, which is in everybody's best interest, right? But then the other two reasons are for voting and marketing. So when it comes from a marketing perspective, isn't that in your best interest? Because the more we market and expose Sosana, the better it is for you. But then we get to the magic, and that is the degen pool, where 1% of every single transaction, whether it's buy, sell, or transfer, goes into that degen wallet. So now, not only do we have what every investor in crypto wants, and that is the best help they can possibly get from the community finding quality projects, but on top of that, they get to get paid and rewarded for doing it. Because if you vote for the winning project, you're going to share in the degen voter pool, which goes out on the decentralized exchange, buys that particular project that the community voted for, and boom. History, folks. That is history. What I'm talking about is history. We're going to make history in crypto. And it's unbelievable that you're here now, because with an 88 million and change token supply, we're sitting at like what, 27 cents last I looked? I can't remember. I can't even pull up Deck Screener for some reason. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay, so we're looking at it. 27 cents. And yeah, our chart's going to have its ups and downs, of course. All projects will. Everybody comes in with a different mindset, a little bit different mindset, right? Some people are for the short term. Some people are in it for the long term. You got to decide what you're going to do. That's your decision. But are you going to show up? I don't care if you're long term or short term minded. Don't you think every single one of those people are going to show up every 2 weeks to find out who's going to win the next election at 7 p.m. Monday night, the announcement? Where are you going to be at 7 p.m. Monday night, every other Monday night, I should say, when we start these elections? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be watching for that
coin. I know where you're going to be.
Looking for a 10X.
You're going to be right here to find out what's going on. And if you feel that way, don't you think a lot of other people are going to find out about this when they discover us? They're going to want to be right here too. And do you think if Bitcoin goes down 30%, do you think they're still going to show up on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time? Or do you think they're going to go, nah, Bitcoin dropped 20%, man. I'm not even going to show up that Monday night. I don't want to know what happened. No, they're going to show up. Are they still going to be holding their $50 necessary to find out?
You bet your ass.
Nah, they're going to. Can you see anybody going, nah, Bitcoin went down 30%. I'm going to drop out of this. I don't need this $50 in Sosana. And I don't want to vote for the next winning project. I'm not interested in finding that out. Earning a potential amazing reward. I don't want to see how big the degen pool is going to get in 2 weeks. Can you see anybody saying that that's in our community?
Nope.
Can you also see, because I can tell you the most successful crypto projects are the ones who have the community participating in their utility. Can you imagine, can you show me a single utility in crypto? A single utility in crypto, any of them. You take any project in all of crypto. Can you tell me a project that would have more community participation than Sosana? Can you imagine? I can't even imagine it. I can't think of an idea that would, and let alone one that exists right now. And that is exactly why I believe that every crypto investor is going to want to be a part of this when they find out about it. If they're like us and they're looking for quality projects, why would you ever say, I'm not interested in Sosana? Why would you ever do that? I'm asking you guys, can you guys give me an objection? Can anybody in the whole community right now that's on this call right now tonight, can you think of a single objection of why a person would say, no, I don't want to find out what's going to happen in 2 weeks. I don't want to vote, and I don't want to find quality projects with the Sosana community. Can you think of a single objection? Just give me one. Just give me a dumb one. Give me one that just, you can't think of a good one, I know it, but can you even think of a dumb one? How about I don't like making money? Then why are you in crypto, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. And so if you guys agree with that, then you agree with me why we could potentially transcend the trend, the Bitcoin trend. I don't want to just say the blanket statement, we will transcend Bitcoin. I don't want to say that because that means we're going to go beyond Bitcoin. I'm not saying that. That's outlandish. That's crazy. I'm not even going to say that. But what I am going to say is, do you believe that because of all this, we could transcend the trend? Meaning that when Bitcoin's going down and the whole market is bearish, can you see how Sosana can still be thriving? Does that make sense? That's just what I think. We're going to find out. You know, maybe 6 months, 12 months from now, you guys will look at me and go, yeah, I guess when Bitcoin goes down 20%, Sosana goes down 20%. Maybe you guys are going to say that I was wrong. Okay, we'll find out, right? But what do you guys think? That's right. Keith says this a lot. Sosana is fundamentally different, an actually unique platform that stands apart from any other crypto platform that's driven by a groundbreaking utility so powerful that many believe it will transcend the crypto universe itself, challenging and even overcoming Bitcoin's gravitational directional black hole pull. I love it, man. That is awesome, Keith. I couldn't have said it better. That is beautiful. And I agree with you. And that's what we think, and that's why we're here. And I just wanted to, for a lot of you, this is just a reminder, but maybe for some of you, this is opening your eyes and making you realize, wow, this really is incredible. And so the next step is just finally accomplishing this place where we've overcome our challenges. And I want to get back to the challenges, and I want you guys to think about something. Okay? I want you to think about something again when it comes to challenges. Again, you have to ask yourself when you're approaching challenges, because I've told you guys all along, and in all humility, I've tried to help you guys realize we are not perfect. We not only make mistakes, but a lot of times even our community, I mean, when it comes to this KYC, I can tell you, and this is no fault of anybody in terms of like, it's not a put down or anything like that, but we found that a lot of the challenges are also on the other side. Like it's not, there's a whole bunch of people that are going through KYC like it's no big deal. It's just, oh man, that took me 3 minutes. Just boom, was zipped right through it. And then there's other people, for whatever reason, they get stuck and it's not their fault. And then there's other times when it is their fault, or maybe it's just not their fault at all. It's just, it has to do with their laptop, or it has to do with their internet connection, or it has to do with their particular phone that they're using, or maybe they've got pop-up blockers or whatever, you know? And so, but we go through these challenges as a community together and we get through them. But when you approach these challenges, again, you got to ask yourself, would I rather go through the challenges and be here now? Or do I want to leave and come back in 3 months when everything's a fine-oiled machine and we're already crushing it? We're in the midst of our, I don't know, 10th election. When would you have rather found out about it? Because I can tell you guys, when it comes to business, if you're going to be on the ground floor, especially this, an amazing crypto project that's like nothing you've ever seen, that's doing something the industry's never done, you've got to expect challenges. You've got to not only anticipate them, but you've got to embrace them, because it's part of being early. And that is why you are so fortunate. And in the midst of these frustrations, which I know you have, me and Brian, I know you guys love Brian Lyles, and I do too, but we were just having a conversation the other night, and he made a really good point. He said, we're going through all these challenges, and it might take 3 to 6 months to get through all of them to where we have almost no challenges left and everything's running perfectly. And then we're going to be counting our money, and we're going to be looking at how much money we've made, and we're going to look back on it and think, I can't believe it was that easy. I mean, think about it. Unbelievable, but true. And I know it doesn't feel easy right now, right? It's like when you're in the midst of the challenge, but I've never been a part of something that's had this much potential. And when that potential is realized, I think because of it, we're going to look back and go, I can't believe how successful this project has become so quickly and how easily it happened. Because right now we're going through the hard time of getting through the little challenges, the bugs, the fixes, all the issues. And you guys know, this is what I hope you know by now, that this team, including myself, Brian, David, our dev team, I've met these guys. They're all great guys. They really care about people. They are good people, okay? And we are 110% committed to seeing all the challenges all the way through until we solve every one of them. And if you believe that in this team, we're here for you guys. And we're always going to be here for you guys. I don't know very many teams that show up every Monday and Thursday night and just put themselves out there in front of the community to answer questions, to talk to you guys, give you updates. We are as transparent as I can imagine a development team being for their community. And I hope that helps you realize how committed we are, because we're going to see this all the way through, no matter how long it takes. I don't care if it happens tomorrow, next month, whenever it happens, we're going to see it through all the way. And I'm telling you, because of that, it's going to be worth the wait. No matter what we go through, guys, I want you to think of it that way. And I want you to look back at the stories of companies that have had mad success. Throw one out there, whether it's Microsoft, Amazon. Look at some of those. I believe the story of Amazon, I believe they almost went bankrupt, literally. And here they are, one of the most successful companies in history, right? And they went through their challenges of times thinking that they may never make it to success. They may never be successful. I want you guys to really just think about the challenges that we have right now. These are just little bugs and little things that are going to get fixed. There is no major challenge right now that we're trying to overcome that won't be overcome. Think about it. We're not experiencing anything right now that's not, is that a word, overcomable? I've never heard anybody say that, but I'm going to say it right now. I think we can easily overcome every single challenge that's put in front of us. It just takes what? It just takes a little time. And so practice, we've talked about this before, and I know I have a lot of people championing this. Even now, as much as frustrated as you've been before, that patience is a virtue and it must be practiced. And I mean, I don't want to practice it any more than you do. I don't want this to take any longer than you do. The whole development team, me, David, Brian, we want to launch this thing as soon as we possibly can. But we have to go through whatever challenges are put in front of us, and we will. We will overcome them all, one by one, step by step, one after the other. We're going to overcome all of them. They're going to show up, and all they are, thank God, is just little bug fixes, little tech problems, stuff like that, that the developer team can go in there and say, oh, we need to change this around. Okay, boom, now it works, right? And that's all it is. So it's just a matter of time. And when we have all those challenges behind us, we launched the voting mechanism, and it's working like it's supposed to. At that point, what do you think is going to happen? I think it's inevitable. I've told you guys this many times. it is inevitable that we're going to get through the challenges, and then we're going to find ourselves on the other side of it, and we're going to be just election after election, bringing people into a final machine, giving them what? Giving every single crypto investor what they haven't, more than they've even asked for. Because this is, being the fact that this has never been done, what happens when you give someone exactly what they asked for? They're pretty happy. What if you give them more than they asked for? What happens? That's when you go viral. That's when you go crazy. That's when what you're about to do is going to change and make crypto history. And that's what's about to happen here. And you guys know it. Some of you just absolutely know it's going to happen. But you're just sitting back waiting for it to happen, because seeing is believing. There's a mechanism in our minds as human beings. We just feel like we just have to see it, right? We got to see it happen. And then we believe it. But I already believe it. I already know that this is going to happen. Do I have my doubts sometimes? Of course, I'm human. There's times when I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Why can't we just get this done? You think I don't do that? Of course I do. There's times when I do that, but I never stop believing, because I know this team. I know that David's never going to stop working. I know I'm not going to ever stop showing up and working. I know that Brian's not going to. I know Kapil and his team, they do everything we ask them to do as fast as they can, and they're committed, and they're very capable. I've seen their work. I think our back office is beautiful. Is it perfectly functional yet? No, but it will be. And then when it is, man, is it going to be a beautiful thing. And when people are connecting their wallets and voting and nominating and showing up every Monday, starting every 2 weeks, every other Monday night at 7 p.m., it's going to be a very fun, exciting time. I've told you guys multiple times, this is going to be the funnest crypto community that's ever existed in crypto, because of what we're bringing out. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I know that the professor couldn't make it here tonight. Brian, of course, as you know, it's his birthday. Everybody should be saying happy birthday to Brian. Brian Lyle's birthday. He is 56 years old. Can you believe it? He doesn't even look close to 56. It's really funny how that works. But 56 years old, has tremendous experience. He's a great guy. I've gotten to know him so well. I consider him a very good friend. I love the way he thinks. He cares about people. He's just a really good man. And I'm so glad that he's here. And as you guys know, he's extremely talented. But everybody should say happy birthday to Brian. Give him a shout out. He's in the Telegram. I don't think he's in the Telegram right now, but he'll come back to it. You should do the little @ symbol. I'm going to put his name out there like that. Hold on. I'm going to put his name out there. It says Coach Brian 1. I'm going to send you guys that. And I'm going to put happy birthday. And I want you guys to give him some love, because he deserves it. He's a great guy. He's so committed to you guys every step of the way, as much as any of us are. And he's also incredibly talented at what he does. Great speaker. He's looking out for your best interests, and he's going to do his best to influence the crypto community. And like I said before at the very beginning of this, we want to get to a place where we're not talking about support issues anymore, and we are just blowing and going with bringing in new people, showing them the presentation of exactly the vision of Sosana, how we got started and where we're headed, what it's all about, because we know it's going to be an amazing sensation. And I know sometimes when you look at the chart or you look at the prices and you're thinking, you see sellers come in, we have a very low volume right now. So anybody that sells a significant amount, whether it's a couple grand or even $5,000 or whatever it is, it's going to have an impact on the price right now, because it's a small liquidity pool. But you can't get discouraged like that unless you're just thinking unless you're just thinking short term. If you're thinking short term, you're going to get really discouraged. If you're thinking long term, you're going to be like, oh, that's just noise. Like, I honestly, I can really tell you, I probably look at the chart maybe 2 or 3 times a day. I don't look at it that much. There are entire days where I don't even look at it at all, because it doesn't matter whether it pops up to 50 cents or goes down to 25 cents or 20 cents or 10 cents or whatever it is. I already know none of that matters. If it goes to 10 cents, I'm like, boy, somebody better be taking advantage of that, right? And if it goes to $1, I'm going to think, man, we're still just barely getting started. Really, we really are.
For real,
it doesn't take that much to get there right now. Okay. So anyway, you guys heard some of my perspective. I hope it's helped some of you. I don't really want to field questions tonight because I've heard from a tremendous number of people that have come to me individually. I've still got some more messages. I can literally look. I'm looking at them right now. I'm going to get through them all. I will not let a single person be left behind who sent me a direct message, so I will do that. But thanks for coming on tonight. This is Thursday night, our last call of the week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Get back here on Monday night, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of things to talk about Monday night. So you guys have an awesome weekend, and we will see you guys Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. God bless everybody.
All right, guys. I'll be live tomorrow, 10:30. Trading Forex. Probably gold, US 30, and NAS. We had 90 pips today on NAS. We take one win a day, and then we go out and we go fishing. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys, 10:30 tomorrow. Cheers, guys. God bless you guys. Have a great night on purpose. Cheers, guys.